Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that there aren't very many energy programs out there. When I researched all of the various programs recently, there are really only 2 or 3 accredited engineering programs.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada originally. I came out here to Indiana Tech to actually go for the energy engineering program because of its uniqueness and its ability to get hands-on with the materials that I'm going to be using in the future.
Well, a few of the things I think that sets Indiana Tech apart is, number one, you have very small classes. You have very close relationships with your professors. When you have a class of 10 people, it's much easier to get to know the professor and get in contact with him than if you have a class of 30, 40, or 50. You're going to have the same professors for the majority of your classes. You're going to have the same classmates for the majority of your classes.
The more practical applications come in all the subsequent energy engineering classes. He transfers in a class that right after they're leaving the classroom, and the board is filled with calculus. So in order to understand a lot of these topics, they're going to need to understand the calculus there. Calculus is the study of the rate of change, how fast things change. And depending upon whether it's energy engineering, industrial engineering, or whatever, they're going to need to use that and apply that.
Professor Romary, he stands out to me the most right now because when I first got here, I had to take calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2. And he's one of the professors that teaches it. And he just really was a very kind and helpful guy, and he did whatever he could to help us out. He was very funny, always had a way of creatively teaching calculus to us that not a whole lot of people can do. And I think that and how he did it is going to be something that's going to stick for me for a very long time.
The field work that Indiana Tech can provide here is, for example, we have a 10 kilowatt windmill that the students can work with. We have a geothermal system for a couple of the buildings for Utangsu and for Zollner that uses geothermal principles to heat and cool the buildings in the summer and the winter.
The PV array system, training system that we have down here in the basement allows us to wire up the panels we have down in the basement to set it up as a off-the-grid system or a battery bank system, which helps us because we can see every component of the system actually intertwining and how they work together, which is something that may not be easily visible when you're on the job site in a career. So definitely my internship at Super Value Incorporated was a very, very beneficial program for me to be in. It was more based on the process and logistical side of engineering of my degree, not necessarily the design aspect. It helped me really learn how the most efficient way to do a task and some of the boundaries that come with trying to make things more efficient.
One of the things that we've been very fortunate here at Indiana Tech is that we've had a grant through AEP to help subsidize our students in taking some of the various trips in spring break. Over the last 4 years, I have taken, along with a couple of other chaperones, I've taken almost a couple of dozen students to a trip to Germany and Switzerland that focused on renewable energy. We've gone to Iceland last year, focusing on geothermal energy, and we just recently returned from a trip to Costa Rica.
Just last year, I went to Iceland with a couple of our peers, not even just energy engineers, but a couple of other engineering majors went along with us. And for me, that was the highlight of my college time. I mean, we learned a lot about like geothermal systems and how they converted to a country of basically like ran just by geothermal. But it wasn't just learning about that, it was also learning about their culture as well, you know, and the past and the history and where they plan to go in their future. And all those things combined, I think, really kind of defines my experience here in Indiana Tech.
You can be the smartest engineer in the world, but if you cannot talk to or work with other engineers and non-engineers, it's very hard to get anything done. I try to teach my students that while you may not like writing, it's going to be a part of the job. You have to communicate. If you're doing experiments or testing hardware in the lab, you need to write it up so that other people know what you did, and the customer may want to know what are the results of that test.
Something I would remember most about the faculty would be just the one-on-one aspect of it and how open they are to hearing your problems and concerns and willing to assist you. Indiana Tech, with the class sizes being so small, you really get that one-on-one talking, everyday type relationship with your advisors and your professors. And having that is key to success, I feel, because being able to communicate with them and actually get your problems and questions across is going to help clarify things for you while you're in classes in school, which is going to set you up for success.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Schaefer Center Dan Klein Court, where the Indiana Tech Warriors, ranked number 17 in the latest NAIA Coaches Top 25 poll. Indiana Tech did not move a spot, even though they've won 8 straight games, so they're staying at number 17 with a 24-2 overall record, 16-1 in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Head coach Jessie Biggs in her 10th season with the squad. She's led Indiana Tech to 5 straight trips to the NAIA National Tournament this year, hoping to make it number 6. We'll be hosting the Siena Heights Saints. The Saints come in with a 20-6 overall record, 12-4 in the WAC. They are coached by Sue Silebeck, who's in her 18th season. Like I said before, the Warriors have won 8 straight games and are on a 5-game winning streak against Siena Heights. Tech is 16-21 against the Saints since 2006. Emma Tuneman is second in the WAC in field goal percentage, shooting 54%, and 5th in rebounds per game at 7.8, while Erica Foy is second in rebounds per game at 8.2. Indiana Tech is second in the WAC in points per game, averaging 74.4, and first in points allowed per game at 52. Indiana Tech actually ranks 6th in the nation, limiting their opponents to just 51.96 points per game. So outstanding. It speaks to the Indiana Tech Warriors defense. And that's a defense that held UNOH to a season low 26 points. Can you believe that, Tyler?
Yeah, that's crazy.
8 points in the second half. On Saturday, that's the second fewest points ever allowed by a Tech team. The lowest point total against Tech was 25, and that's by Carlo back in 2017. Carlo out of Pennsylvania. The Saints have won 7 of their last 10 games played in the new year, with their losses coming to West Virginia Tech, Indiana Tech, and UM Dearborn. Siena Heights is 12-2 at home this season, but just 5-3 on the road and 3-1 on a neutral court. Peyton is first in the WAC in points per game at 18.2, second in rebounds per game at 9.8, and fourth in field goal percentage, shooting 51%. While Shakaya Parker is third in points per game at 15.9, and Jillian Gelso is third in three-point field goal percentage, shooting 44% from beyond the arc. Siena Heights is second in the WAC in points allowed per game at 54.5, and third in points per game at 68.7. So, Tyler, these are two of the heavy hitters in the WAC, along with Rochester, who won the regular season WAC championship last year. Rochester is currently in second place. Folks, my name is Jeff Mahoney. That's Tyler Sinclair joining me in the booth. Also a member of the men's tennis team, which is getting their season kicked off here. And we have Connor Hendrickson on camera. But, Tyler, we should have a good game here. You know, Peyton Banks was the player of the year in the WAC last year.
Yeah, and it's definitely very interesting that that's going on, as the last time out between these two teams, Indiana Tech just squeaked away with the victory, 65-61, and Peyton Banks didn't even play that game. So
oh, wow.
Definitely will be interesting to see how she can affect the team out there tonight.
Yeah, you know, speaking of Peyton Banks, last time out, she only had 6 points on 2 of 4 shooting. So I noticed she's got a brace there. I believe it's on her right knee. We hope she's going to be okay for this game. Folks, we're going to send it down now for our senior day.
We'd like to take a moment to congratulate both Kyra Whitaker and Erica Foy on scoring their 1,000 points this season.
It's Kyra Whitaker.
Back on December 8th against Grace Christian, and Erica joined the club back on January 26th against Aquinas. Congrats to both Kyra and Erica on this amazing achievement.
Special honor there for Kyra. She will not be playing in today's game. She suffered a concussion against UNOH. And Erica Foy. Erica's really been playing, I think, her best basketball of the season lately.
Please join us in recognizing Taya Andrews and Emma Tuneman. This is Taya and Emma's final year of eligibility, and they've both been a huge part of this program and our team's success. Taya, thank you for your dedication and focus this season. Taya is holding a bachelor's degree in business administration and will graduate with her master's in general management and engineering management. And thank you for always having a positive attitude and work ethic every day that has passed. Emma is currently has a bachelor's degree in business administration with a double concentration in marketing and human resources. In May, she will graduate with her MBA with a concentration in HR. Taya's favorite memories at Indiana Tech are beating number 3 Marion and winning the conference tournament championship against Concordia last season. She would like to tell her teammates to always bet and believe in yourself, even when others don't. Lastly, thanks to Coach Biggs for believing in me and my basketball abilities that brought back my competitive drive and love for the game. And Emma's favorite memory at Tech is all the people that she has met, especially her teammates who have become her family away from home. She would like the underclassmen to know that 4 years is going to fly by, enjoy every moment, and make the most of it. Lastly, thanks to Coach Biggs for giving me the opportunity to be a part of such a great program and guiding me to be the player and person I am today. Thank you once again, Taya and Emma, for your contributions to the Tech women's basketball.
That is just
Next up, we have
outstanding.
Our last true senior for this year is Eileen Salisbury. Eileen is joined by her parent Sheila Scott Salisbury. She has an undergrad degree in pre-law and will be graduating in May with her master's degree in organizational leadership. As a junior, Eileen appeared in all 30 games and started all of them. She averaged 28 minutes, 5.5 points, and 3 rebounds per game. She was named to the WAC All-Academic Team and NAIA Scholar Athlete, and she'll be on track to make both of those teams as well this year. This season, Eileen has started her career in all 26 games and counting. She's leading the team in minutes played at 30 minutes a clip and has made 53s, the 5th most in the conference, while shooting 39% behind the arc. Eileen is also averaging 6.5 points and 4 rebounds per game. Thank you, Eileen, for the past 3 years. You have been a great addition to Indiana Tech and our program. We are thankful for your time, dedication, and willingness to continue to grow with us as a person. Her personality and genuinely good heart will be missed. And now we have a special note from Eileen that she wanted to share with Coach Biggs and your teammates. She would like to start off by thanking Coach Biggs and Coach Guy for taking a chance on me and letting me transfer to Indiana Tech. All I have ever wanted was a chance to play college basketball, and I am forever grateful you gave me this opportunity and trust me. I have grown into the person and player I am because of you two, and I appreciate all the effort and time you put into this program. You are a big part of our successes, and I am grateful to have such great women as some of my biggest role models. To my teammates, this has far been the best and closest team I have been on. The relationships and bonds we have created together are unbreakable, and I appreciate every single one of you for having my back, and know that I have yours too. I wouldn't want to spend every single day for 7 months with any other group of people. You all make basketball that much more enjoyable and fun for me. Cherish every moment because college goes by a lot faster than you think. And to my parents, I don't think anyone deserves more of a thank you. You've been there for me through it all, and I'll miss seeing you guys in the stands at my games. I'm grateful to have such an amazing support system because without you, I don't know where I'd be. Mom, thank you for raising me to be the person I am today. I hope to be half the mother you are one day, and I couldn't thank you enough for the unconditional love and support after all these years. Dad, thank you for introducing me to basketball and being my coach the last 14 years. I know you technically weren't my coach for some of those years, but you'll always be my best and favorite one. I'm eternally grateful for both of you, and I love you. Thank you, Eileen.
Well, quite a special moment there. First up were the grad students, and that's Taya Andrews and Emma Tuneman, and now Eileen Salisbury. And hard to imagine this team without those 3 players. They've been so key. You know, Emma Tuneman, who leads the team in scoring, averaging 14 points per game and averaging 7.8 rebounds per game. I mean, she's been absolutely dominant this year with her patented baseline dribble drive reverse layups. We'll see about 3 or 4 of those a game. And then Taya Andrews, you can't say enough about Taya. As we've said many a times, you know, she's a lockdown defender. She can take the best player and really neutralize that player on the other team. So Taya, whenever she's not out there, she has missed. And then Eileen Salisbury is one of the best shooters on the team, but Eileen actually does everything very well from defense. And like we said, this is one of the best defensive teams in the country, folks, in Indiana Tech. They ranked 6th in the country limiting their opponents to just 33% shooting from the field, and they rank 7th in the country, limiting their opponents to 24% shooting from beyond the arc, which is absolutely awesome. So some great players right there in Eileen Salisbury, Emma Tuneman, and Taya Andrews.
Yeah, those three definitely going to be missed next season out. We talked about Taya Andrews' defense and that presence that she has on the court, but we didn't mention that that stellar mid-range jump shot she has.
That's right.
She's an assassin from that spot on the court. And yeah, as you said, Tumenin with that dribble drive, and then Eileen Salisbury, basically just the definition of knowing her role, just knows when to lock down, knows when to shoot, and just always adds something to this team. So as you said, those three are going to be missed in the next year. And in the last game out that I was talking about with Siena Heights, Tumenin also led the team, 19 points, 8 rebounds, an assist, 3 steals, 46% from the field. I think she went 7 for 8 from the free throw line as well. And then Salisbury right up there as well, 12 points, 2 rebounds, a block, and she was 50% from the arc. But someone who's not graduating this year, but is also a huge leader for this team, Erica Foy. Yeah. Listen to this stat line. So 9 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, but how about 5 blocks against Siena Heights last time played? And a reminder, that was earlier in this season. And as I said, Indiana Tech only won that game by 4 points. So those 5 blocks, very crucial to that victory for Indiana Tech.
Yeah, and I got a chance to talk to Erica before the game, and her knee is 100%. She said she's ready to rock. And last time out against Lourdes, it was Indiana Tech winning at 63-48 against the Gray Wolves. And Foy had 19 points, so that was a team high for Erica Foy on 6 of 10 shooting from the field with 6 rebounds. She does lead the team in blocks with 32 on the season. Kyra Whitaker has 27, and once again, Kyra will not be playing today as she's still recovering from a concussion.
Yeah, and I believe that Jules Catrara will also be sitting today's game out. Don't have confirmation on that yet. We'll see once they come back out from the locker room.
Yeah, actually, I think Jules might be done for the season with the knee. I'm not sure if it's an ACL, but we wish her a speedy recovery for sure.
Yeah, there was one day I was in the trainer's room, and yeah, it was Erica and Jules, and then Taya was also in there, so all 3 of them trying to get healed up. But yeah, Jules was telling me about, I believe it was either the ACL or the MCL, and she was going to get an MRI, but obviously she got it if we're getting the idea that she's not going to be playing the rest of the season. So that's a tough break for Indiana Tech, as she's a bit of a spark plug off the bench. But yeah, we'll see how Indiana Tech responds to that loss.
Yeah, and how about this stat line? 10 rebounds here for Taya Andrews in that game against Lourdes. So she was 1 of 7 from the field. But like any good player, you know, if you're having an off night shooting, you're going to pick it up on different areas. And she definitely did that with 10 rebounds. So outstanding job by Andrews.
Yeah, it looked like she had 4 assists that night too. So obviously, like you said, finding ways to produce even if the scoring isn't on. And we always talk about Andrews. She has that ability to just help the team in a variety of ways. And obviously the mid-range jumper wasn't working for her that night. But as you said, the rebounds and the assists, you can always come through for your team in some way.
Yeah, and in the win against Aquinas, that was our last home game here at the Schaefer Center. Wow. Since that game there, we had a couple postponed with that snow, but the huge win at UNOH and then at Lourdes. But in that game against Aquinas, that's when Erica Foy hit her 1,000th point.
Right.
And Erica was pretty awesome in that game as well. And she finished with 9 points, but you'll remember she kind of tweaked that knee early on.
Right.
And Coach Biggs was just kind of playing it cool with her, you know, playing it safe.
Yeah, again, actually, I had some talk with her in the trainer's room about that day as well, and she said that, yeah, she probably shouldn't have kept playing, but she was so close to that 1,000-point mark that she said to the coach, I'm staying in. Like, I need those points. I want to get my 1,000. So you can just see the dedication that Erica Foy has to this team and has to the sport of basketball, and I'll predict a good game from her tonight.
Well, I'm going to predict a double-double for Erica Foy. Folks, remember there was a stretch there when she had 3 double-doubles out of 4 games, 6 double-doubles on the season. So Erica Foy and Emma Tuneman have been kind of double-double machines this year. And got to love what this defense is doing, limiting teams to, wow, just 26 points for UNOH. When UNOH came here to the Schaefer Center, they scored 52 points in a 71-52 loss. So the defense really stepping up last Saturday. And as I said, it is one of the best defensive teams in the country. But you know what? This team also ranks 8th in the country, averaging 12.2 turnovers per game. And I know that's something that drives Coach Biggs crazy. And when you have that aggressive style of play, it makes a little bit of sense. But that's one thing that this team's going to try to limit and improve upon heading into the WAC tournament and then heading to Sioux City, Iowa for the national tournament.
Right. Well, in that last game with Siena Heights and Indiana Tech, both teams had 15 turnovers, so pretty high from both of them. But Indiana Tech managed to convert on a lot more of those turnovers than Siena Heights, as Indiana Tech had 21 points off turnovers to Siena Heights 12. So we'll see if they follow suit tonight.
Yeah, and Tech on the season with 166 steals. So this is a team that just gets after it. And that's kind of what I love about Coach Biggs' teams, is how aggressive they are and how gritty they are.
Yeah, that's for sure. You see that in players like Andrews and Salisbury and Whitaker, like we were talking about. They just love to lock people down around the perimeter and just do a really good job of just causing trouble. A bunch of pickpockets for Indiana Tech, and only 7 steals in that last game to Siena Heights 10. So we'll see if they change the narrative tonight and maybe get a couple more in their bag.
So once again, last time out for Siena Heights, it was a 76-57 victory. And Tyler, this is going to be the last home game here for Indiana Tech, except for we'll be taking on Madonna, and there's going to be a makeup game on Monday against Rochester.
Right.
So those will be the last 2 home games. Will be next Monday and next Wednesday, and then it's looking like Indiana Tech will be hosting the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the championship of the WAC tournament on both the men and the women's side if they can close off the regular season the right way.
Yeah, well, and it's looking that way. If we take a look at the standings right now, Indiana Tech in first, 16-1. Rochester 13-3 in second. Siena Heights 12-4 in third. So actually tonight, definitely a matchup between 2 of the leaders in this conference. But even with an L tonight, it looked like Indiana Tech would still probably retain that number 1 position in the WAC. So I guess we'll have to see how things go for the Warriors out here tonight.
Yeah, and the men's team will be traveling next Monday to Lourdes on that game that was postponed a week ago when we had that snowstorm.
Right.
Got about 8 inches of snow here in Fort Wayne. It's pretty cold too, but today it actually got as high as 43 degrees. So some of the snow's starting to melt. But it looks like we're going to send it down. Hey, Tyler, quick update here. How's the men's tennis team doing?
It's looking pretty solid. We have our first match coming up this next Friday. And that one's going to be against IU East.
Okay.
And we do have a pretty good record against them in the history, so I believe that we're going to come out with a W, and feeling confident about the team right now. So
how about the women's team? How are they looking?
Same type of thing. The women's team looking solid. We're still trying to deal with the loss of our head coach, Brock Orlowski, but our 2 assistant coaches doing a great job of taking the lead, and I feel we've got some good confidence going into these matchups.
Excellent. We're going to send it down now for our national anthem and starting lineups.
Center on the campus of Indiana Tech for tonight's contest between the Siena Heights Saints and your Indiana Tech Warriors. Indiana Tech and the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference welcome all players, officials, and spectators to tonight's contest. As a member of the NAI, the WAC is committed to a true spirit of competition by being champions of character through the 5 core values the NAI embraces: respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask that each participant, official, or spectator abide by these values, thereby creating a positive environment in which our athletes may participate or officially work and you to spectate and enjoy. Before introducing the starting line for you all, please your eyes and gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Those guys are excited.
Now for the starting lineups. First for the visiting Saints of Siena Heights. A 5'6" sophomore number 1, Iana Wong. A 5'4" senior number 12, Ayana Powell. A 5'7" junior number 14, Shakaya Parker. A 6' senior number 15, Madison Hamilton. And a 5'11" senior number 31, Peyton Banks. And then coach of Siena Heights is Sue Seljanek. She's assisted by Deborah Ray, Sarah Chenko, Yeshilo Lorami, Kiana Vota, and Dan Brooks. And now, ranked 17th in the Indiana coaches, top 25-fold. Here's the starting line for your Indiana Tech Warriors. At guard, a 5'10" graduate student from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 2, Taya Andrews. At guard, a 5'8" graduate student from Finland, number 3, Emma Tuneman. At forward, a 5'11" redshirt junior from Gas City, Indiana, number 11, Erica Ford. At guard, a 5'7" redshirt sophomore from Western Mass, number 20, Stephanie Warner. And at guard, a 5'7" graduate student from Brussels, Eileen Salisbury. Assistant coaches for your Warriors are Ed Frey and Bella Lozano. The associate head coach is Simon Lance, and the head coach of the Warriors, Jesse Biggs.
So there we have it, the starting lineups for today's game. And Bethany Worm back in the starting lineup for Indiana Tech. This is her 4th start of the season. She started a few games when Taya Andrews was out with the flu. But I'll tell you what, when she's on the floor, this team does not skip a beat.
Yeah, that's for sure. And she's also the leading three-point shooter for this team, the clip of 42.9 from the arc. So watch out for some bombs from her tonight.
That's Madison Hamilton in the center circle with Erica Foy. Hamilton, a 6-footer out of Wyandotte, Michigan. And possession going to start here with Siena Heights, so the possession arrow will be in favor of Indiana Tech. And to inbound it is number 1, Iana Wan. She's a sophomore, 5'6". Dribbling the ball right now, that's Ayana Powell. Parker back to Powell as they're going to reset the offense. That's Banks. Banks, you know, one of the top players in the WAC. She really reminds me of Kendall Bradbury, who played at Taylor University a few years back. Tyler, she can absolutely do everything on the floor, as that's an offensive rebound by Juan. Banks actually is 4th on the team in three-point field goal attempts, and she's shooting 39% from beyond the arc. Nice steal by the Warriors.
Yeah, definitely an interesting stat line to see from a forward, especially I believe she's 5'11", So got some height to her, and you love to see when big man can shoot like that.
Entrance pass taken away there by Parker. Juan out of the corner being guarded by Eileen Salisbury. They're going to get it to the center, and that's too many steps there. She really just got tripped up. Great positioning there by Erica Foy, and turning the ball over is Hamilton.
And Erica Foy just doing a great job giving Hamilton no real estate under the basket. And as you said, the travel going to come there, so a great possession change for Indiana Tech.
That was Powell with the defense on Andrews. Now Juan on Taya Andrews. That leaves Foy wide open from up top. And Erica Foy can hit the three ball, folks. Beautiful pass. Emma Tuneman to Bethany Worm. That's outstanding.
Yeah, great team play from the Warriors there to get their first points of the night. And Bethany Worm with an easy layup in the paint. Indiana Tech goes up 2-0 to start this game.
Banks working on the block, being guarded by Worm. The reverse lane is good. Look at the touch by Peyton Banks.
Yeah, and it's a tough matchup for Indiana Tech with Banks and Hamilton in the front court, as Worm definitely does not have the height that Banks has, but Foy definitely got to stay on Hamilton, as she's a little bit bigger.
Tuneman down low, throws it up with the left, no good. Hamilton with the rebound. Now it's Powell bringing it up for the Saints. Siena Heights once again third in the WAC behind Rochester and Indiana Tech. Hamilton down low. Great defense once again by Erica Foy. Foy last year, first team All-WAC and honorable mention All-American.
Yeah, Foy just such a great defensive presence. Reminder, she had 5 blocks last time out earlier this season against Siena Heights. So see if she has the same success against Banks and Hamilton today.
Early on, I'd say she is. And a nice take, and she is blasted. The bucket is good. She'll head to the free throw line looking for the and one.
And she goes down hard, but comes up all smiles as she knows that she just made a beautiful play. Great little spin to get inside the paint, and what a layup off the glass for Erica Foy. Now she's going to get some extra point opportunity from the line here.
Yeah, looking for the and one. Foy is 75% free throw shooter, drains it. 3-point lead here for the Warriors, looking for their 9th straight win. Last loss did come at Lawrence Tech. Parker, 3-ball, side rims out, rebounded by Foy.
And Foy with a great box out on Hamilton. Hamilton didn't even attempt to go for the rebound there, as she knew she was so out of position.
And a strong take there by Taya Andrews, who gets her first 2 points of the game.
A great job driving to the rim there. Indiana Tech now up by 5 early on in the first.
That was Powell picking up her dribble, giving it over to Parker. Tuneman's got the defense on Parker. Parker is the team's second leading scorer, averaging 15.9 points per game. Absolutely impressive. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Skip pass goes over to Juan. Fade away, and is that blocked there by Salisbury?
And the steal.
Eileen Salisbury here on senior day. Andrews over to Worm. She's going to dribble drive from the wing. Now it's Foy working out of the corner. Throws it up, and beautiful touch there by Erica Foy.
Yeah, how about the focus on that basket? That's going to force the timeout by head coach Sue Sigelbeck of Siena Heights. The Warriors up to an early 7-point lead here in the first 4 minutes. A 7-0 run for Indiana Tech, and 4 for 5 on their last 5 shots. Just
Yeah,
filling that stat sheet right now.
Yeah, you've seen some great passing in this game. Here on this play, you see the pick and roll there by Tuneman. Gets it over to a wide open Bethany Worm on the dart to the cup. Emma Tuneman, that's one of the things we don't say enough about her, is her ability to pass. She has 54 assists on the team, which ties her for 4th most. Leading the team in assists is Taya Andrews.
Yeah, and the thing I believe about this Indiana Tech squad is that everybody has the ability to pass the ball. Is when the team is clicking, the system that head coach Jesse Biggs has built, it just works so well, and just find ways to just always find someone driving to the basket, as we saw in that last play.
Taya Andrews, who had a season-high 23 points against Rio Grande. That was the first loss here for these Indiana Tech Warriors. Rio Grande currently with 3 losses on the season. They do rank in the top 25. Nice move down on the block for number 10. That's Olivia DeLong.
Yeah, DeLong with a beautiful step through around Foy there in the paint, and she earned her basket there.
Erica Foy down low continues to fight through contact and rack up points.
Yeah, she has yet to miss. 3 up, 3 down, 7 points for Foy, along with 2 rebounds and a block. She is starting off strong for the Warriors.
Juan in the lane with the leaner, and that's going to be last touch there by the Warriors. Good defense once again by Eileen Salisbury.
Yeah, Salisbury picks up her second block of the night. We're only in the first 5 minutes of this game.
Miner going to get it back. Long shot just inside the arc, off the mark, rebounded by Salisbury. Juan with the defense here on Taya Andrews. Parker guarding Eileen Salisbury. Pick and roll once again. Foy down low, and she's going to miss from 4 feet, but gets her own rebound. Fouled and will head to the free throw line. I believe that's going to be called on number 10, and it is Olivia DeLong.
How about the fire from Foy in this first couple minutes of this game? Did miss her first basket there. Looked like she was left a little bit too wide open. She was surprised by it, but immediately gets her own offensive rebound, and now she's going to have 2 opportunities from the stripe.
Yeah, sitting with 7 points and 3 rebounds. I did predict she would have a double-double here in this game.
There you go. Already looking good. She makes that first shot from the stripe.
And the second one as well. Now 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
Indiana Tech now up by 9 here in the first.
Powell over to Parker. Tooneman doing a good job of staying in front of Parker, making it tough. And they're going to call the foul there on Emma Tooneman.
The whole Warriors bench on their feet after that one. Not happy with the call. Looked like Tooneman went straight up. Looked like Parker definitely leaned into that one a little bit, but regardless, she's going to get 2 shots from the stripe.
Hey, that's what made James Harden famous, isn't it?
Yeah, they had to change the rules for him.
The first free throw is good by Shakaya Parker. Parker, a 76% free throw shooter on the season, hitting 61 of 80.
Yeah, Parker was a leader in that game against Tech earlier this season. Did have 15 points and 3 steals on 38% shooting. Was the leading scorer for Siena Heights that night, so we'll see how she does here. Already looking pretty solid.
Yeah, Parker had 19 points. She led the team in their last win against Concordia. She's a player that's going to be receiving all WAC honors this year. Not sure if it'll be first team or second team, but what a heck of a season there by the junior guard, Shakaya Parker. Salisbury has Andrews on the wing. Foy kick back out. Pass, I think it was intended for Salisbury, taken by Tooneman. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Tooneman's just going to have to throw this one up, and does. And that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, tough break for the Warriors because Toomenin got that up just half a second earlier. It looked like Worm was going to come down with the offensive rebound.
Well, Coach Biggs, that got her off her seat. She's barking instructions to her team. Number 31, Peyton Banks. Banks has 2 points so far in this game.
She just picked up the offensive foul there. Oh, no, it wasn't her.
They're going to call blocking on number 22, Allie Miner. Pep band in the house tonight.
Yeah, good to see them back. Haven't, what was it, since Christmas we haven't seen them, huh?
Lob pass into Foy. Easy bucket. Beautiful assist there by Taya Andrews.
Foy just has a team on her back right now. 4 for 5, 11 of their 15 points.
3 ball by Powell, no good. Juan fighting for the rebound. And she'll knock it out of bounds.
Siena Heights struggling from the field in this first quarter. 1 for 7 on their last 7 attempts and 0 for 3 from the arc.
Wow, is Indiana Tech pulling away right now with a 9-point lead, 15-6. Tuneman out of the corner, and that's her spot. Doesn't matter which side of the floor, but when she gets in the corner there, she feels so comfortable with that baseline dribble drive. I'm sure we'll be seeing it here shortly.
And Foy not happy with herself there. Really wanted to grab that one. The pass just a little bit off, and it goes off her fingertips out of bounds. And she would have been wide open in the paint had the pass been on target.
Powell back over to Parker. Parker's got a nice game, kind of reminds you of Kyra Whitaker. Nice block by Foy, and another one. Back-to-back blocks. They get it out to Minor. 3-ball out of the corner, no good. And wow, no foul called there, as Wong came in right over the back of Bethany Worm. But yeah, Erica Foy already racking up the blocks.
Genevieve Decker-Terrace going to check in for Foy now, as she needs some load management to take off here, as a lot of energy been exerted from her in this first quarter.
Nice save by Tuneman. Decker-Terrace going to be fouled and head to the free throw line.
An interesting part of Decker-Terrace's game, she's got very long arms and has the ability to just kind of play with the defense down there in the paint, as we just saw there on her dribble drive, and picked up the foul. She's going to get 2 shots from the line now.
As the first one rims in there for Decker-Terrace. 53% free throw shooter entering today, hitting 8 of 15. Second one, no good. Juan going to give it back to Minor.
Siena Heights has not scored in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Allie Minor, a senior guard on this team, as Powell's able to dribble it away from Taya Andrews. Shot off the mark, rebounded eventually by Salisbury.
Yeah, that ball up in the air, but good defensive rebound for the Warriors. Siena Heights continues their cold streak.
Worm finding herself open there beyond the arc. Banks with the defense. And traveling going to be called on Emma Tuneman.
Seemed like a quick fire on the turnover for Tuneman from the ref, but Siena Heights going to get the ball now, as Indiana Tech leads by 10 as we are into the final 2 minutes of this first quarter.
Erica Foy back on the floor as Bethany Worm's going to take a breather. Powell working off the far wing. Banks with the pick. She's trying to feed it to her. Nowhere to go. Great defense by Genevieve Decker-Terrace. I'll tell you, the positioning by the Warriors defensively, they're always in the right position.
Yeah, definitely looking to not run into the same troubles they had with Siena Heights earlier this season. Definitely up on that defensive pressure and not looking to let them score 61 like they did.
Salisbury down low to Tuneman, fade away, and that one's going to rim in for Emma Tuneman.
Tuneman now 2 for 4 from the field as she picks up. Oh, actually, I believe, no, that was her first make of the night, 1 for 3.
Powell lost the handle, picked up by Parker. Deep 3-ball. Shakaya Parker, no good.
Parker struggling from the field now, 0 for 3, 0 for 2 from the arc.
Foy now with 11 points, 5 rebounds on the double-double watch. Foy had 3 3-pointers made in a game earlier this year here at the Schaefer Center. Okay, Andrews long 2, no good, but nice offensive rebound by Decker-Terrace. Salisbury looking down low, has Tuneman. Good defense there by Minor. She comes up with the block and the ball. And it looks like the shot clock just went off. There's 15 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. And that's an air ball there for Minor. I don't know if we got some lacrosse guys in the house.
Yeah. Of course, anytime you hear that air ball chant, definitely got to have at least one or two lacrosse players in the house.
Worm to the cup and beats it with 2 seconds left on the clock. Siena Heights will not be able to get a shot off. So what a first quarter here for the Warriors, up 20-6. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with quarter number 2 here from the Schaefer Center.
Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
Wow, welcome back everybody. What a first quarter there by Indiana Tech, up 20-6 over Siena Heights. Currently in third place in the WAC are the Saints.
Yeah, and Indiana Tech with a fantastic offensive quarter, and Siena Heights on the other hand with just a unrelentingly bad first quarter. 1 for 12 from the field, just could not find the basket in those final 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Wow. Bethany Warren with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Looking for the step through, and that board will be picked up there by Peyton Banks. I don't think Banks is 100%. You can definitely see her limping a little bit on that left leg.
Well, and as we said at the beginning of the game, she's 18.2 points per game for Siena Heights, and she only got 2 points in that first quarter. So, yeah, definitely looking out of sorts.
And they're going to call the foul on Taya Andrews with the arm bar.
Taya's first foul of the night. Tumanen, the only other person on the Warriors squad with a foul. So
I'll tell you, Parker is not easy to stay in front of. She's got bounce to her game. Juan with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Great take to the cup, but cannot finish.
And how about the contest from Erica Foy there? Just gave her no angle to put that one off the glass as it ends up coming up short. And now Siena Heights still scoreless.
Salisbury for 3.
There she is, the Pierce shooter, Eileen Salisbury. 1 up, 1 down tonight. 3 points as she puts the Warriors up by 17 here in the second quarter.
Indiana Tech, that's the first three-pointer attempted in this game by the Warriors. And it's a good one for Salisbury. Parker back over to Banks out of the corner. They're looking in the lane. They have number 4, Ava Alcock. And this Warrior defense, wow.
Just giving them nothing. We got Juan 0 for 3, Powell 0 for 2, Parker 0 for 3, Hamilton 0 for 1, Banks 1 for 3, and Minor 0 for 3. Just so many missed shots across the board for Siena Heights, and it's not because of the Saints, it's just because the Warriors, as you said, just locking them down right now.
Well, and you saw it right there. Bethany Worm was right in position there to draw the charge from Ava Alcock. Tuneman, looking for Genevieve Decker-Terrace. Looks like that was tipped by the Saints, so possession to stay with the the Warriors, 17 seconds on the shot clock.
And the Warriors currently on a 21-4 run in the last 10 minutes here.
Laney Steckler going to check in for Genevieve Decker-Terrace.
See if Erica Foy gets her hands on it again this possession.
Steckler entering today, averaging 2 points per game. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Tuneman working off the pick by Worm, and again, and that's going to be a violation. Wow. Tuneman had no idea how much time was left on the clock. It didn't seem.
Yeah, and a really good defensive possession there for the Saints. Finally giving Indiana Tech a much-needed stop for them, and we'll see if Siena Heights can respond on the offensive side now.
23-6 here in the second quarter. Siena Heights, last time they scored, Tyler, did you say it was with 5 minutes left in the first quarter?
5 minutes and 30 seconds
wow.
in the first quarter.
3 ball by Powell, no good. Worm with the rebound.
They're now 0 for 7 from the three-point arc. Just got to find a way to score here.
Salisbury looking in the paint. Back over to Steckler. Foy being guarded by number 10. That's Olivia DeLong. As the bucket is good by Emma Tuneman.
Yeah, what a find from Worm. Again, there we saw, wasn't a dribble drive, but the drive on the baseline from Tuneman. Worm finds her in an easy make for Emma. She's now up to 4 points on the night.
Hamilton back into the game here for Siena Heights. There's not a whole lot of people that can push Erica Foy around, but Hamilton does a good job using her body.
Yeah, Hamilton, a big girl standing at 6 feet. So, yeah, definitely a person that has that size advantage on Erica Foy.
Worm, open 3-ball attempt. No good. Rebounded by DeLong.
A bit of a heat check from Worm there, but they have the ability to do it right now.
And Powell with the spin move spun right into Foy. Foy had her tied up. I thought it was going to end up in a steal. They're going to call the foul. I don't know about that one right there, Tyler. I thought DeLong was a little bit out of control there.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Erica Foy definitely shut her down, but the refs obviously saw some contact that we didn't. But, yeah, it did seem like she was just all over the floor. Powell just came flying in and gets lucky with 2 attempts at the line now.
Yeah, they're not going to call Foy with the foul that's going on Eileen Salisbury.
Oh, okay.
So there you go, the first point for Siena Heights in nearly 10 minutes. Second one, no good, picked up by Foy.
Still yet to make a shot from the field in the second quarter is Siena Heights.
Good ball movement here by the Warriors. Steckler just off the heel, tracked down by Tuneman.
Tuneman slippery on the offensive rebound there.
15-foot jumper is good for Bethany Worm.
Indiana Tech now with a 20-point lead. Siena Heights still yet to break the double-digit mark on their points.
Nice move by Hamilton, as that's the first point from the field in about 9 minutes for Siena Heights.
Yeah, they were 1 for 15 on their last 15 before that. Now 1 for 12 on their last 12.
Well, that was an outstanding move there by Hamilton.
That's for sure. Hamilton going to be one of the people they need to break out from this deficit, as they need those points in the paint, as they just can't make a shot.
Wow, Worm wide open on the block. And we got another timeout here, as Indiana Tech's going to extend its lead to 20 points. You're watching Warrior basketball here on Summit City Sports.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything.
Welcome back, everyone. 29-9. And Tyler, we've seen some great defense here by this Indiana Tech team and some really nice passing.
Yeah, Siena Heights with only 3 makes from the field, 3 for 19. They pick up their 4th there. That is the first time Siena Heights has been able to find a hole in this Indiana Tech defense tonight.
That's Shakaya Parker showing off her wheels out there on that last layup. Andrews back over to Tuneman. Taylor Andrews is open there for that 3-ball attempt. Tuneman gets her defender up in the air, misses on the mid-range. Powell comes out with it for Siena Heights.
Yeah, tough shot for Tuneman on the quick draw. Couldn't quite get it to fall.
You know, we've seen almost all the teams here in the WAC this year. Who do you think will be the WAC player of the year?
Wow, that's a tough call. Definitely Tumenen's got to be up there from Indiana Tech, as she's just so good on all sides of the floor. Couldn't quite get the defensive stop there, but Tumenen leading point scorer for the #1 team in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. A tough call to not have her up there.
Back-to-back buckets by Parker. Parker now has 6 points, and Banks comes up with the block. Yeah, Tuneman, that would definitely be a good selection from Indiana Tech. You know, the WAC Player of the Week is Brady from Aquinas. Remember the 6'3" center, Marissa Brady. She's a nice player as well.
Yeah, well, just impossible to guard a player like Brady. She's got so much size on all the other forwards in the conference.
3-ball, rims in for Taya Andrews.
And a beautiful spiral off the rim there for Andrews as she makes her first 3 of the night, 2nd of the night for Indiana Tech.
Crossover by Parker. Boy, she's got some handles, doesn't she? 3-ball is left short.
And Parker now 2 for 6 from the field. Team needs her to step up, like she did on January 12th.
You can see Taya Andrews, Uncle Gary Andrews, in the house now to watch Taya play. Parker. Banks on the shot fake there. Worm doing a good job of staying in front of her. They're going to feed Hamilton down low. She'll just turn around with the shot. No good. We got an offensive foul. It's going to go against Madison Hamilton.
Didn't know what the call was there. Immediately thought it might have been over the back on Worm. It's about to lose my temper a little, but Worm going to get the inbound now for Indiana Tech. And how about Worm heat up a little bit there at the beginning of this, or midway point of this quarter. She's up to 8 points, 4 for 7 from the field right now.
Minor back in the game for Siena Heights along with DeLong. Andrews, top of the key, 3-ball. Looking for #2, that one off the mark. Indiana Tech now 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Wong working off a wall there. That was a double pick by DeLong and Banks. I like how that was set up. Minor, they're going to feed Banks down low. DeLong once again tried to get Foy up in the air, but Foy was not biting. Good save by Minor. Wong, long jumper off the heel, no good. Tracked down by Salisbury.
Yeah, and great zone defense from the Warriors there, just giving the Saints 0 possessional openings.
Salisbury, they're trying to get it down on the block. 3-ball, that one left short by Salisbury. I'll tell you what, that's one of the things that teams are trying to take away from Indiana Tech are those points down on the block. Indiana Tech as a team shooting 34% from beyond the arc. And I know that's a percentage that Coach Biggs would like to see closer to 40%. I think it's Purdue who's leading the Big Ten in three-point field goal percentage. They're shooting 41% from beyond the arc. Yeah. Andrews back to Worm.
We've still yet to see a mid-range jumper from Andrews in today's game. I wonder if she's going to pull that one out of the bag.
Yeah, or the baseline dribble drive by Tuneman.
Yeah.
As they'll lob it into Tuneman. The extra pass goes to Foy, and she is fouled. Erica Foy heading back to the free throw line. Foy currently 3 of 3 from the charity stripe, 4 of 7 from the field, 11 points and 6 rebounds.
Along with that block. Yeah, Foy been doing a great job of just creating contact under the rim and getting herself to the line. She makes her first, now 4 for 4.
Well, it's like you said, she came out in this game on fire. She was on a mission. Now, how about Bethany Worm? Earlier this year, scored 22 points, a season high in the win against Madonna.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah. Once again, Bethany Worm, this is the 4th game this year that she started.
And she's showing why. She's second on the team in points right now, just behind Erica Foy. After Foy was perfect from the line again, now 5 for 5 from the stripe.
Well, all season long, we've been saying that Bethany Worm is the best 6-man, in the WAC. And she definitely is that, but she could easily be a starter. DeLong going to be tied up there, jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Siena Heights. Siena Heights was just going to give it over to Indiana Tech, but you remember Indiana Tech got the ball to start the second quarter.
Right.
Parker on the inbounds. Looking for DeLong, going to go up top to Wong. And wow, another shot clock violation there, this one on the Saints.
Yeah, I guess we see now why they wanted to give that ball right up to Indiana Tech, as obviously just didn't feel confident that they were going to make a shot with such little time left on the clock. Now into the final 30 seconds of this first half. Indiana Tech up by 19. 19.
Foy's last double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds, and that was once again in that win against Madonna back on January the 24th.
That is Tech up by 21. Mistake now. See what they're going to do here.
16-foot jumper is good by Taya Andrews as the shot clock expires.
And there's the mid-range jumper we're talking about.
Minard chucks it up. No good. So we're going to head into the half. Indiana Tech with a commanding 36-13 lead. 23-point advantage for your Warriors. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, Warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that there aren't very many energy programs out there. When I researched all of the various programs recently, there are really only 2 or 3 accredited engineering programs.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada originally. I came out here to Indiana Tech to actually go for the energy engineering program because of its uniqueness and its ability to get hands-on with the materials I'm going to be using in the future.
Well, a few of the things I think that sets Indiana Tech apart is, number one, you have very small classes. You have very close relationships with your professors. When you have a class of 10 people, it's much easier to get to know the professor and get in contact with him than if you have a class of 30, 40, or 50. You're going to have the same professors for the majority of your classes. You're going to have the same classmates for the majority of your classes.
The more practical applications come in all the subsequent energy engineering classes. Heat transfers in a class that right after they're leaving the classroom, and the board is filled with calculus. So in order to understand a lot of these topics, they're going to need to understand the calculus there. Calculus is the study of the rate of change, how fast things change, and depending upon whether it's energy engineering, industrial engineering, or whatever, they're going to need to use that and apply that.
Professor Romary, he stands out to me the most right now because when I first got here, I had to take calculus, Calc 1, Calc 2, and he's one of the professors that teaches it, and he just really was a very kind and helpful guy, and he did whatever he could to help us out. He was very funny, always had a way of creatively teaching calculus to us that not a whole lot of people can do. And I think that and how he did it is going to be something that's going to stick for me for a very long time.
The field work that Indiana Tech can provide here is, for example, we have a 10 kilowatt windmill that the students can work with. We have a geothermal system for a couple of the buildings for Utang-Sioux and for Zollner that uses geothermal principles to heat and cool the buildings in the summer and the winter.
The PV array system, training system that we have down here in the basement allows us to wire up the panels we have down in the basement to set it up as a off-the-grid system or a battery bank system, which helps us because we can see every component of the system actually intertwining and how they work together, which is something that may not be easily visible when you're on the job site in a career. So definitely my internship at Super Value Incorporated was a very, very beneficial program for me to be in. It was more based on the process and logistical side of engineering of my degree, not necessarily the design aspect. It helped me really learn how the most efficient way to do a task and some of the boundaries that come with trying to make things more efficient.
One of the things that we've been very fortunate here at Indiana Tech is that we've had a grant through AEP to help subsidize our students in taking some of the various trips in spring break. Over the last 4 years, I have taken, along with a couple of other chaperones, I've taken almost a couple of dozen students to a trip to Germany and Switzerland that focused on renewable energy. We've gone to Iceland last year, focusing on geothermal energy, and we just recently returned from a trip to Costa Rica.
Just last year, I went to Iceland with a couple of our peers, not even just energy engineers, but a couple of other engineering majors went along with us. And for me, that was the highlight of my college time. I mean, we learned a lot about like geothermal systems and how they converted to a country of basically like ran just by geothermal. But it wasn't just learning about that, it was also learning about their culture as well, you know, and the past and the history and where they plan to go in their future. And all those things combined, I think, really kind of defines my experience here in Indiana Tech.
You can be the smartest engineer in the world, but if you cannot talk to or work with other engineers and non-engineers, it's very hard to get anything done. I try to teach my students that while you may not like writing, it's going to be a part of the job. You have to communicate. If you're doing experiments or testing hardware in the lab, you need to write it up so that other people know what you did, and the customer may want to know what are the results of that test.
Something I would remember most about the faculty would be just the one-on-one aspect of it and how open they are to hearing your problems and concerns and willing to assist you. Indiana Tech, with the class sizes being so small, you really get that one-on-one talking, everyday type relationship with your advisors and your professors. And having that is key to success, I feel, because being able to communicate with them and actually get your problems and questions across is going to help clarify things for you while you're in classes in school, which is going to set you up for success.
You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a warrior.
Welcome back, everyone. Warriors up 36-13 here at the break. And folks, we have another extremely busy weekend here at Indiana Tech. We'll be hosting the WAC Wrestling Tournament this Saturday. That's going to be a big one. It starts at 9 a.m. We'll have both mats 1 and 2 with the live video stream. Baseball's taking on Georgia State. Women's basketball at Madonna. Men's volleyball's at Lawrence Tech. Oh, how about this one, Tyler? Women's hockey's taking on Adrian. That's always a really good matchup. You know, last time out, Tech swept them, and the Bulldogs are nationally ranked. So that women's hockey team is just awesome. And men's hockey is going to be at Lawrence Tech. So all of that on Saturday. Just another busy weekend here at Indiana Tech.
Yeah, it's definitely starts to get real busy throughout February. With tennis starting, lacrosse starting, basketball, men's and women's wrapping up. We got men's volleyball playing right now. Women's volleyball will be starting at some point. And, yeah, just real busy for our sports information director, Tyler Stevenson, who does a fantastic job just organizing all of these events.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah,
Tyler does a great job. At the beginning of the year, I was told Indiana Tech, the second largest athletic department in the country.
Wow.
Impressive. Really? Yeah, it's a school out in Nebraska that has a couple more teams.
Interesting.
But, yeah, Indiana Tech, I believe it's 24 sports, second largest in the country.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's outstanding. Well, here at the half, man, what a great first half it was. Erica Foy, she leads all scorers with 13 points, and she does have 6 rebounds. She's a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. And, Tyler, that's going to make any coach happy when you see those kind of numbers from the charity stripe.
Yeah,
Tech shooting 50% from the field. Taya Andrews with 7 points, Emma Tuneman with 4, Bethany Worm with 8, Eileen Salisbury with 3, Genevieve Decker-Terrace with 1. For Siena Heights, Powell has a point, Parker has 6. 4 of those 6 points came on back-to-back possessions as Siena Heights was held scoreless for about a 9-minute stretch from the middle of the first quarter to the middle of the second quarter. And currently, they're scoreless in the last 4 minutes and 13 seconds. That's a little demoralizing.
Yeah, in that first quarter, they did have a 1 for 12 stretch where they just couldn't make a shot. And really, what I look at as the biggest highlight of success and lack thereof for Siena Heights, the highlight for the success for Indiana Tech is 9 assists in that first half. And how about 0 for Siena Heights? Just not moving the ball around at all, just taking shots left and right and just not having any of them find the basket. They are 5 for 25 as a team from the field, shooting 20%, whereas Indiana Tech, on the other hand, is 14 for 28, shooting 50%. Just unbelievable ball movement for Indiana Tech, and just shows why they have such a commanding 23-point lead right now.
Yeah, and Peyton Banks just has not been herself in this game. She's only got 3 shots and really limping on that left knee, and that's just a huge loss for this Siena Heights team. You know, that'd be like Emma Tuneman going down for Indiana Tech.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, holding an 18.2 point per game player to just 2 points through that first half definitely shows why Indiana Tech is leading right now. And how about this stat as well? Indiana Tech with 22 points of their 36 in the paint, whereas Siena Heights with just 10.
Wow, you know, and that's so impressive because every team is trying to take away that post game for Indiana Tech, and with that great passing, they still find ways of getting buckets.
Yeah, and another way that Siena Heights just gave away a lot of points in that first half was just points off turnovers for Indiana Tech, as they had 12. So a third of their points coming from points off turnovers, whereas Siena Heights, on the other hand, again, scoreless with points off turnovers. And Indiana Tech does have 4 turnovers in this game, so to not even get 1 point off any of those is just shows, again, why they have such a large deficit going into this second half of play.
Yeah, and on that play that I just showed there, Worm eventually finding Tuneman, it's a total chess match. You know, they work that ball around the perimeter until they can get that defense out of position, and it's always some kind of back cut, you know, where they're able to find the players, whether it's Tuneman or Worm or Erica Foy, for those easy buckets. But it's amazing how teams are really packing the paint, you know, to try to negate that. And through the ball movement, you know, Indiana Tech still able to get points.
Yeah, we'll see if Siena Heights can come out of the gates in this second half with a bucket. As we mentioned, they are scoreless in the last 4 minutes and 13 seconds. So really, I believe they've only scored like 4 or 5 points in the last 15 minutes of play.
The starters back out on the floor here for Siena Heights. Shakaya Parker, you know, at one point she was looking like she was going to start to fill it up there in the second quarter. She's so fast, does a great job of getting to the cup. But Indiana Tech eventually figured it out. Salisbury being guarded by Powell. They're in a zone defense right now, 3-2 here for Siena Heights. Salisbury running the baseline to the corner. Andrews working off the pick, rises up from 15 and drains it just like we saw in the first half. That's that mid-range jumper.
Yeah, and what are the Saints doing giving Taya Andrews an open mid-range like that? Obviously, they did not study the tape hard enough.
Not on Andrews. Parker looking for Banks down low. Banks calling for it, being guarded by Erica Foy. They're going to go to Madison Hamilton. Almost looked like she had a travel there, as she's able to kind of work her way through Bethany Worm for 2.
Yeah, and that's the matchup that I was calling earlier that I'm surprised they haven't done more runs through, as Hamilton has such a size advantage over Bethany Worm. Although Bethany Worm plays a lot bigger than she is, just seems strange that they haven't run that play a little bit more.
Yeah, with Madison Hamilton and Peyton Banks, that's some good size down there on the block for Siena Heights. Possession will stay here with the Warriors. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Andrews to inbound it. Andrews, a grad student here, was honored before the game along with Emma Tuneman and Eileen Salisbury, the true senior. Tooneman now working off the pick. Throws it up from 8 feet and rims in.
Wow.
She has some of the wildest shots, but they almost always go in. She shoots 54% from the field on the season.
Yeah, Toomenin now 6 points, 3 for 7 from the field. Wonder if she'll heat up here in the second half.
Juan for 3, drains it.
And that is Juan's first make of the game as she went 0 for 4 in that first half. She now has her first 3 points of the game.
And that's the first three-pointer made for Siena Heights in this game. They are 1 of 9 from beyond the arc. Indiana Tech 2 of 6. Indiana Tech shooting less three-pointers with Kyra Whitaker out of this game.
Yeah, and it seems like Siena Heights not giving Eileen Salisbury a lot of space on the three-point arc either.
Another wild shot, and nice job chasing after that shot by Emma Tooneman to maintain possession for Indiana Tech. It's knocked out of bounds by Siena Heights. Andrews gets it into Salisbury. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Good defense there by Hamilton as she was in the right position. They're going to call a charge on Bethany Worm. We got some pom-poms down there by the fans.
Yeah, pom-poms, headbands, sunglasses all over the place here for senior night.
That's sweet. Parker working off the pick by Banks. Foy, another block, and now Erica going to pick up the foul over the back on Hamilton. For Foy, that's her second block of the game. Salisbury with 2 blocks, Foy with 2. Madison Hamilton is the team's 4th leading scorer, averaging 6.5 points per game. She's a 65% free throw shooter, hitting 30 of 46.
She misses the second one, but Wong comes up with the rebound.
Nice pass and another block by Foy. That's her 3rd.
And what a play by Foy there to track down Juan as she went up. Just made it look so easy. As you said, she's now up to 3. 6 rebounds, 13 points. Foy all over the floor for the Warriors tonight.
Siena Heights there coming out in the full court press. Great job of breaking it there by the Warriors. Six seconds on the shot clock. Juan with the good defense on Salisbury, who throws it up and it rims in. Eileen Salisbury.
Salisbury very efficient. 2 of 3 tonight, 5 points. Also with 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks.
Hamilton
hard out.
Hamilton down low. This is on the bunny. Contested by Foy. Foy calling for it now. As Hamilton comes up with the block. Loose ball on the court, and that's a jump ball.
I believe that's possession to Indiana Tech. Was it not? Or I don't know if they got the jump ball there or not. Looked like they had called it originally, but possession arrow was to Indiana Tech, no?
No, it's in favor of Siena Heights, and
Okay.
they're going to flip it over.
All right.
There you go.
Good
They're on
hustle.
that brand new scores table.
There you go.
And I was checking it out before the game, Tyler. They got so many graphics they can put on it.
Yeah.
The LED display, I mean, it is beautiful.
Yeah. It's great to see.
Foul going to go against number 20. Bethany Worm, that'll be her second. Genevieve Decker-Terrace is going to come in for Worm. Juan on the inbound, gets it into Parker. Banks calling for it down on the block. Banks being guarded by Decker-Terrace. Juan working off the pick. Salisbury with the defense, contested. That one rims in.
Juan heating up a little bit here in the second half. She's now up to 5 points. Has yet to miss in this second half.
So they got to be giving away those sunglasses and pom-poms at the table.
Yeah.
breast cancer awareness game.
It looks like they have it labeled as the Think Pink game up there on the banner.
Andrews here working off the pick. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Salisbury's going to have to chuck it up for 3. That one left short. It's obviously in the game plan here for Coach Biggs to whittle that shot clock all the way down.
Yeah, I mean, up by 21 here in the second half. Definitely want to use as much of the clock as possible. 15 minutes of play left in total in this game. And Siena Heights with a long way to go.
Powell finds a darting, and that's a travel, as I think Banks just had a hard time getting it out of her hand.
Yeah, well, it looked like even if she did get the dribble, Indiana Tech would have come up with the steal there. Is very tight positional defense for the Warriors on that possession.
Going to inbound it here for Indiana Tech. Approaching 5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Warriors looking for their 9th straight win this season. Beautiful take, Emma Tuneman. Indiana Tech opened up the season as the 3 ball's good. Indiana Tech opened up the season with 9 straight wins.
Yeah, and they've just been playing their heart out. Only 2 losses on the season, 24-2 and 16-1 in the WAC, as we were talking about at the beginning of the game. Looking to push their way to their 25th victory of the season tonight.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised they stayed at number 17 in the rankings. You can see that the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference is not getting a whole lot of respect, as that will be a jump ball from the national voters.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the success and the runs and, as you said, the strength of this conference. Indiana Tech definitely has to be one of the candidates to be moving up in the rankings, and we'll see how they fare in the national tournament this year.
Well, I think it's going to be a good year. You know, when you got Emma Tuneman, you know, the seniors support Salisbury and Taya Andrews. It's just different when you got the seniors, you know.
Yeah, that's for sure. Just so much experience and talent on this team.
Shakaya Parker with a high arching 3 ball there. Siena Heights now within 20. 18-point lead currently for the Warriors. Coach Biggs not liking it. That lead getting under 20 points. She's going to have to call timeout.
Yeah, Parker heating up there now with 11 points, 4 for 10 from the field. She's looking solid.
How about this block by Erica Foy, her 3rd block of the game. See, Juan finds a wide open Parker. Foy doing a good job there, avoiding the foul and coming up with a block.
Yeah, definitely all ball on that play. And as you said, not an easy one, as a lot of potential to grab some body contact there. But Foy just showing her expertise, her poise in the air, as you said, comes up with the 3rd block of the night for her.
How you like that shot there by Eileen Salisbury? She's kind of doing her best Emma Tuneman impression.
Yeah, definitely a circus shot for her on that play, as she picked up her 5th of the night, and just shows again some of the poise that these players have in the air. Don't shy away from a little bit of contact and have the ability to make that ball go down under any circumstances.
This is game number 1 of 2 tonight. The men's game will follow. Coach Albert and the men's team, they're on fire as well. Feed goes to Foy. Andrews off glass, bucket is good.
And Andrews has been very hot here in this game. She's now 5 for 7 from the field on 11 points. She did have a 3-pointer as well. She's just been so efficient.
Shakaya Parker, I do like to watch her play, but that shot goes off the side of the backboard. She's got great handles. Tuneman on the other end gets it off glass.
And that timeout from Biggs obviously working in the Warriors' favor, as they are just looking fiery out there on the block now. 22-point lead for the Warriors.
Great defense there by Salisbury. Minor can't hit.
Foy picks up her 7th rebound of the night. As we said, on that double-double watch with 13 points to boot.
Salisbury left alone. You can see she lost her footing there for a second. Had to regroup before that three-pointer was shot. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Salisbury looking for Tooneman down low. It's like they're going to reverse it on the perimeter. Tooneman with the ball fake in the lane. And that's that shot I was telling you about. That'll reset the shot clock. Worm for three, knocks it down.
She knew it too. The second she released that, she starts running back on the defensive end. Worm playing with some confidence out there, and deservedly so, as she's up to 11 points, 5 for 8 from the field. We now have 4 Warriors players in the double digits of scoring, with Andrews with 11, Toomenin with 10, Foy with 13, and Worm with 11.
We'll take a quick break. You're watching Indiana Tech basketball here on Summit City Sports.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
Welcome back, everyone. Indiana Tech up 51-26. And we'll hope that Kyra Whitaker can play this weekend, as the Warriors will travel to Madonna. Once again, last 2 home games of the season against Rochester next Monday. It's going to be a good one there against Rochester, the second-place team. I saw them play earlier this year as part of the Warrior Classic, as a foul's going to be called on Worm. And Rochester had beaten, I think it was Mount Vernon Nazarene University that day out of the Crossroads League, MVNU. But they are super athletic.
Right.
You know, and we saw the men's team play. That was a great win for Coach Albert and the men's team when they beat Rochester here at the Schaefer Center. Really handled them. But, man, they had some real athletes on that team.
Yeah, well, obviously whoever was doing the scheduling in the NAIA for the Warriors wanted to end the season with 2 great games for the Warriors fans, as you said, Rochester and Siena Heights, the number 2 and 3 teams in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference behind the Warriors squad.
Well, that Rochester is a makeup game.
Right. Yeah, because of the snow.
No, that was COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the men's team played that night. And
right, yeah, okay. That was on the Monday.
love these doubleheaders, though, you know, to be able to see both teams in a 4-hour period. Love these doubleheaders.
Sure. Good to see the Pearl S of the school. Indiana Tech just dominating Siena Heights here. 51-28 as we get into the final couple of minutes here of this third quarter.
Hamilton with that nice spin move, but the 4th block of the game for Erica Foy.
You put her on triple-double watch. She's now 13, 7, 2, and 3.
Foy for 3! Big one for Erica. That's her 7th three-pointer made of the season. I love it when she hits threes.
Yeah, it's great to see. Love to see any forward hitting a 3, but especially our own with Erica Foy, now up to 16 points on 50% shooting.
Parker on the other end off the heel, rebounded by Andrews. Foy was open there. You just wanted I wanted her to take another one. But they're going to whittle this shot clock down. Foy on the dribble drive, and a lot of contact there with Hamilton. On the other end, Minor. Great defense by Taya Andrews.
Yeah, definitely a great job to disrupt that pass. Didn't quite come up with the steal, but going to make the Saints think about throwing a pass like that again. We're now into the final minute of this third quarter. 42 seconds remaining on that clock.
I think Coach Biggs was a tenacious defender at Northern Iowa.
Oh, I think that's an understatement.
Air ball attempt there by Shakaya Parker. Andrews quickly gets it down the floor. Got about a 7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Powell with the defense as Andrews is going to dribble it down here. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Working off the pick by Foy. Looking for Foy down on the block. Worm's going to have to throw it up from 17 feet. That's just a tough position for Worm to be in. Good defense being played. We've seen a lot of good defense by Siena Heights in this game.
Yeah, especially seems like it in the second half. Definitely playing like a different team, but just had so much trouble in that first half scoring that they just found themselves in such a deficit.
Yeah, and Powell with the air ball attempt. So that's going to do it for the third quarter. You're watching Indiana Tech basketball here on Summit City Sports. Warriors up 54-28.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes. You want to know what's possible at Indiana Tech? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior.
Welcome back, everyone, as we get set to start the fourth quarter. You know, Tyler, they're going to be doing some improvements inside the gymnasium here, and one of those is going to be a Hall of Fame touchscreen board.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That sounds awesome.
So you see a picture, you can touch on it, get more information. As Toonamink, this is down low. Powell comes out with it for Siena Heights. We're really going to do some nice things to spruce it up here in the Schaefer Center.
He loves to see it. As he said, Indiana Tech, second biggest athletic program in the whole nation. You got to see stuff like that.
Foy with another block for Erica. That is her 5th block of this game. Didn't you say she had 5 blocks the first time around this year?
Yep, she has now tied that total from January 12th earlier in this season.
So if I remember correctly, earlier this year it was Kyra Whitaker who was leading the team in blocks, but Foy's just been on fire.
Yeah, you love to see it. Foy, as we said, just all over the stat sheet tonight. Just lighting it up for the Warriors, a huge contributor to this 27-point lead.
Toonamink, a 76% free throw shooter, hits them both. Yeah, and honestly, I know I said it earlier, but I think Erica Foy is probably playing some of the best basketball on the team right now.
That's for sure, and surprisingly enough, she's still got a season left on this team, as she will not be leaving like Andrews, Salisbury, and Tumanen. So love to see that for Jessie Biggs.
Foy going to pick up the foul. Yeah, I was thinking about that, what that starting lineup would look like next year. You know, you got Kyra Whitaker, Foy, Katrara, Bethany Worm. Does Steckler get in the starting lineup? And then you never know who's going to come in as well.
Yeah.
Coach Biggs is always, on the lookout for kids that are going to transfer in. And I know she's got her eye out on some really good senior high school players.
Right. Yeah, and don't forget about Jules Gachara. Might be on the bench right now with that injury, but definitely has been a huge part of this Warriors squad throughout the season. So wouldn't be surprised to see her with a couple more minutes next year.
Traveling called on Worm. Warriors up by 26. Yeah, Katrara, boy, she just fits the intensity of this team, you know, as a freshman, and she can do everything on the floor, plays the point, but can really do it all.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Parker looking down low for Banks. And nice spin move there for Banks. Getting the bucket on the block. Salisbury going to break the press. Warriors on their way to their 9th win of the season, and that will tie their 9 straight wins to open the season. Nice feed to Worm. She was almost too open, but she gets the offensive rebound and putback.
A great make for Worm as she's now up to 13 on the night, 6 for 10 shooting. Very efficient for her, along with 5 rebounds and 2 assists.
Yeah, take a look at this. Siena Heights with a full timeout. You know, sometimes you're just kind of too open, and the way the Siena Heights team has been playing defense down on the block, I'd have been kind of shocked too. But right there, you can see Siena Heights just kind of looks tired out there.
As I said, like great focus from Worm to grab the offensive putback. But yeah, just don't know what the Saints defenders are doing. Letting Worm, first of all, take that shot so open in the paint, and then second of all, grab her own rebound. You just got to have somebody that's either there to close out or box out after the miss.
Check out the footwork there by Erica Foy. That's her her 5th block of the game. And as Tyler had mentioned earlier, she had 5 blocks against Siena Heights. Is that a season high in a game, 5 blocks? That's something we're going to have to check out for Erica Foy. And then this one doesn't get much better than this. Erica Foy on the season, 6 of 20 from beyond the arc. Here she is, the deep 3 ball, and it's good. Her 7th made 3-pointer of the season.
Yeah, it's 5 blocks. That game against Siena Heights on January 12th was her season high, so she has tied it. You can take a look, see if that might have been a career high, actually.
Yeah, so on pace here. She's got 8 minutes to do it. Could have a new season high in blocks.
Would be a career high as well, as that game against Siena Heights was
her career high.
Yeah, most she's ever had for Indiana Tech. So,
well, you figure she gets a lot of opportunities playing against Hamilton and Banks. You know, Banks getting a lot of her points down there on the block.
And she's also been great on that help defense. Remember that one that she had in that 3rd quarter where she just tracked down and did a great job not fouling. I believe that was her 3rd or 4th block of the night. But
Banks, wow, Foy ripped it away from her in the air. They're going to call a foul. That looks super clean. But what a play.
Oh. How are they calling that a foul?
Let's check it out real quick here, Tyler.
Come on.
I mean, she ripped the ball right out of her hand. That was a steal.
I guess the refs just not wanting to see a career high from Erica Foy here tonight, as that one was clean as they ever come.
I don't remember the last time I've seen that.
A grab block. Just beautiful job by Erica Foy. Unfortunate call by the ref.
Banks now with 10 points. 2 of 5 shooting from the field, 6 of 6 from the free throw line as Tooneman, her patented leaner.
There you go, Tooneman with 14 points, and how about 10 of those points coming in the second half? Only had 4 going into the half. She is really hot in this one.
Banks back out to Powell, she'll get it. And wow, look at Andrews coming up with the steal as they had Banks trapped. Tooneman down low. Back-to-back buckets for Emma Tooneman.
Tumanen now up to 16 points on the night, 7 of 14 shooting. Just a great game, 5 rebounds and 3 assists to go with that as well.
Parker being guarded by Tumanen, working off the pick by Wong. Now it's Powell with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Parker open 3-ball attempt out of the corner. Side rim's no good, tracked down by Worm. Miner nearly came up with it for the Saints. Andrews now out of the corner. We've got Foy. Look at Andrews with the runner.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier, but wow, Andrews so efficient in this game. She's on a 75% clip, 6 of 8 from the field with 13 points. Just so efficient.
Oh, and a big collision there, Parker and Andrews.
Andrews goes down hard. As it looked as there might have been some contact to the head of Andrews there.
Well, she took the majority of that force there as Parker just ran right through her pretty much. Didn't see it coming, just turned around and boom.
Definitely not. She seems to be all right.
Oh, Andrews super tough out there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Definitely arguably the toughest player on this squad, as she just has that ferocity to her.
As Worm will break it to Salisbury. Tournament with the crossover, and once again,
wow.
She is so good at that shot. She's really good at using the glass.
That's for sure. She just really just making Siena Heights look like they do not know how to play defense, as she now becomes the leading scorer on the floor over Erica Foy with 18 points.
Skip pass to Wong. And that one's tracked down, out of bounds. They're going to call the foul on Bethany Worm.
Worm now looking at some foul trouble. She's up to 4. There's still 5 minutes left to play, so it looks like Lainey Steckler going to check in for Bethany Worm now.
Worm just pointed to the scoreboard.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe some of the Siena Heights players have had some words for her. The inbound will go to Wong. 5.5 minutes left to play in this game. Banks being guarded by Foy. And the step through, no good. We really want Erica to get one more block and 3 more rebounds.
Only needs 2 more for the double-double now. She's up to 8.
Nice. Number 6 double-doubles for Foy on the season. Last one coming against Madonna. Salisbury walled off by Powell. Now it's Andrews backing down Wong. Salisbury locked and loaded. That one just a little bit short. Foy picks up her 9th rebound. I don't know if she may have banged knees, but Foy's got to know that she needs a few rebounds for a double-double. She's working so hard out there.
Yeah, one away now, and 16 points. Yeah, I'd love to see her get one more block as well. Should have got a block and a rebound earlier, but the ref didn't like that call.
Steckler fighting through a bunch of contact because that's an air ball.
And you can tell by the lack of air ball calls, or at least the lack of volume on the air ball call, that the lacrosse players have left the building.
This Indiana Tech team just wears you out, though, with that physical defense.
That's for sure.
I mean, Siena Heights, they've been looking kind of lethargic here.
Yeah, well, after so many missed shots in that first half and so much effort put forward, and like you said, all the defense by Indiana Tech, you got to have no questions for why they're looking so lethargic out here tonight.
Blocking foul called on Taya Andrews there. Coach Biggs just kind of had to laugh on that one. Oh, taking Erica out of the game, so that's going to be it for Foy. 16 points, 9 rebounds. They got her down as 4 blocks. I thought she had 5.
I believe one early on in the game was discredited, as we saw the block, but apparently people in the stat sheet did not see it. So I'd like to call that an unofficial 5 blocks.
I'm good with that. Andrews catches it on the wing. 12 seconds on the shot clock. And Steckler's pass going to be stolen by Shakaya Parker. She'll take it coast to coast for 2. Parker does lead her team in scoring with 13 points. Banks has 12.
And all the points coming from the starters of Indiana Tech here tonight. Andrews, Tumanen, Foy, and Worm all in the double digits. Salisbury, the only one not, but Salisbury also has 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. So
beautiful pass to Worm. Just misses. Powell bringing it up here for the Saints. That's another steal by Taya Andrews. Tunaman with the lay-in, and Coach Biggs is going to call a timeout here. We'll take one with her. You're watching Warrior basketball here on Summit City Sports.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a Warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a Warrior's shoes.
Welcome back, everyone. 2 minutes and 52 seconds remaining here before Indiana Tech picks up its 9th straight victory. A lot of momentum for both the men's and the women's team heading into the WAC tournament. Wouldn't you say, Tyler?
Yeah, that's for sure. Both teams leading their conference in this season. And yeah, both teams just looking really hot. All the starters firing on all the cylinders. We'll see how the men's team fares against the Siena Heights squad coming up next.
Yeah, I think it's going to be real good. Salisbury, 3-ball, knocks it down. Her 2nd of the game.
And how about we see if we can't get Salisbury into the double digits so that all those starters can be up there. She's now up to 8 points on the night, 2 for 6 from the three-point arc, 3 for 7 from the field.
Shakaya Parker knocks down the 3. She's got a nice-looking shot, does Parker. Now with 16 points. 2 of 8 from beyond the arc, though.
Yeah, definitely looked a lot better in the second half. Not the most efficient game for her, 6 for 17 from the field, but can't argue with those 16 points that she's put up for the Saints.
Once again, Tech working around the perimeter. Tuneman was looking down low. That short pass to Tuneman. She's going to have to throw it up at the buzzer. There's Genevieve Decker-Terrace. You know, Coach Biggs, her team up by 28 points. She's still coaching her heart out.
Yeah, that's the thing is Coach Jessie Biggs never relents on her team, even with such a big lead. She's absolutely relentless.
Parker working off a pick as Tuneman was able to slip right past it. Parker, and has it stolen by Tuneman.
inside a minute. Indiana Tech will improve its record to 25-2 overall, 17-1 in conference play. That lone loss coming at Lawrence Tech. Tech will turn it over. Tyler working on his player of the game. Who are you thinking there, Tyler?
Oh, it's looking like...
Wait, we'll unveil it after the game.
All right, well, I mean...
17 seconds.
Definitely tough. But Emma Tuominen with a great game tonight. 20 points on 9 for 17, especially in that second half.
Yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, Tuominen only had 4 points in the first quarter, so how about 16 in the second half? Also 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Quiet 20 points, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, that's for sure. It just seemed like there was that stretch in the fourth quarter where she just kept walking through the trees down in the paint and making Siena Heights look like they just didn't know what they were doing on defense.
Dory Javins in along with Lindsey Simpson. And Katie Heron also checking in. Boy, last time we were here against Aquinas, Katie Heron got in there and scored right away. She had like 6 points in the first half there against Aquinas. And that's going to do it. So the Warriors win it 71-45 over Siena Heights. Siena Heights currently in third place in the WAC. They will fall to 20-7 overall, 12-3 in WAC play. Looking at your scoring leaders here, Emma Tuominen with 20 points, 13 for Andrews, 16 for Foy. Foy with 16 points and 9 rebounds. Nearly recorded her 7th double-double of the season. 13 for Worm, 8 for Salisbury, 1 for Decker Terrace. Juan had 7, 1 for Powell, 16 for Parker, 5 for Hamilton, 12 for Banks, 2 for Alcock, and 2 for DeLong. All right, Tyler, give it to us. Who's your player of the game?
Well, as I mentioned, throughout this game, Indiana Tech with a lot of great performances across the board. Worm, as you mentioned, or Worm with 13, 6 rebounds. Foy also in the, or Andrews also in the double-double, or in the double digits with 13 points and 6 for 8. But who else can you give it to tonight other than Erica Foy? Erica Foy just started out the game so hot from the field. She went 4 for 5, I believe, in that first quarter with 11 points and just helped propel this Warriors squad into the dominating victory that they had as they ended up winning 71-45. She unofficially, as we said, tied her career high for blocks with 5 and easily could have gone over that as well if she had been credited with the block and the rebound on that grab block in the fourth quarter. And then, as we said, just 1 rebound off her 7th double-double of the season. And how about that three-pointer she scored? Just the cherry on top of a fantastic game for her. The redshirt junior just leading her team out here on senior night in the Schaefer Center. So the final stat line for Erica Foy, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 blocks on 5 for 11 from the field, 1 for 1 from the arc, and also did not miss a shot from the free throw line. So just a fantastic game for the forward for Indiana Tech as they improve their record to 25-2 overall and 17-1 in conference play.
Good stuff there, Tyler. Well, folks, we're going to end this broadcast and we're going to start the men's broadcast here shortly. You're watching Warrior Basketball here on Summit City Sports.
Want to know the difference between dreaming and doing? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and see what it's like to be a Warrior. Want to know what it means to be a warrior? Yeah, pretty much everything. Visit Indiana Tech and walk a mile in a warrior's shoes. Tech goes by many names. Business, fine art, forensic science. Some think it's just technical. But really, tech means everything. Scholarships, internships, championships. It's professors who make time for you one-on-one. It's putting everything on the line. It can be fierce. It can be fascinating. It can be awesome. Most important, it's believing in yourself and what you have to offer the world. Because at Indiana Tech, warriors are prepared to lead a significant life.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that there aren't very many energy programs out there. When I researched all of the various programs recently, there are really only 2 or 3 accredited engineering programs.
I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada originally. I came out here to Indiana Tech to actually go for the energy engineering program because of its uniqueness and its ability to get hands-on with the materials that I'm going to be using in the future.
Well, a few of the things I think that sets Indiana Tech apart is, number one, you have very small classes. You have very close relationships with your professors. When you have a class of 10 people, it's much easier to get to know the professor and get in contact with him than if you have a class of 30, 40, or 50. You're going to have the same professors for the majority of your classes. You're going to have the same classmates for the